Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a very special video, which is going to be an entire run of Stellaris in one video, hopefully 2 hours or less, cutting out a lot of the stuff I normally keep in during my Let's Plays, just to make this an interesting video. So, why I'm doing this is because right now I have no internet at the house. I've explained this in the channel update, and so I can't really be uploading too many videos, as I do need to go out of the house to actually get them uploaded, and that causes all sorts of problems. So instead of doing my usual series, I'm going to try and do an entire run. Now this is from my own free time, because I thought it would be a good idea, but I still need to record all the other stuff in the background, so expect this to be a very weird play. So straight away, we already have our faction built up, and it's a faction, a empire rather, which I wouldn't use in a normal Let's Play, because honestly, it might be really boring, though it might be really interesting depending how it goes. So we are using the inward perfection and the agrarian civics over here. Forgot what they were called as well. Apparently all words are just out of my head at the moment. This means that farms are giving us unity, and we are getting a bonus 20% unity on top of the fact we are fanatic pacifists, which give us an additional 10% population resource production. The idea of this play is that we are going to act a little bit like a fallen empire. We are going to do very little. We are going to expand rapidly until we meet neighbours, and then sort of just stay where we are, improving ourselves over and over again, but not really interacting with the galaxy at large. Then eventually, I'm going to try and go for the robotic ascension, which means we will become synthetic. Then once we become synthetic, normally almost all of your population will become materialist, meaning that you quickly get factions to do with materialism, and then you can force that and go all the way to being fanatic materialist, and you can get rid of this, inward perfection. Now, inward perfection is amazing. Your citizens are 5% happier, they grow 25% faster, they have 20% increased unity, and your edicts increase by 10% in terms of their duration. It's really powerful. In fact, it's one of the most powerful civics you can get outside of things like the Fanatic Purifier. The problem is, you can't have rivals, defensive pacts, migration treaties, guarantee independence, federations, you cannot infiltrate primitives, and you cannot have forced subjects. You can't really do any diplomacy until you become fanatic materialist robot snails and then suddenly expand and destroy the entire universe. Now, we are the slime farms and we are unity snails, because I just thought that was adorable. I'm also going with democratic. This means we're going to have constant new leaders, which will all require different mandates. If you do the mandate, you get bonus unity. Now, I will say this will not be a good example of a intro to Stellaris, because I will be skipping so much, so if you do want to watch that, I would suggest other series. Anyway, here are our traits. We are traditional, we are communal, and we are intelligent, so we have bonus unity, bonus happiness, bonus science, and then we are deviant and slow breeders, because, well, we are snails. Although I have kept snails in the past in terms of giant land snails, and when they do breed, well, there's snails absolutely everywhere. But that's a weird aside. We're also deviants to help with us changing ethos later on. Even if we don't go down the route of becoming robots, I still need to change from this and from this later on. And we are pacifists.
The only way to make peace with others is to make peace with yourself.
So with all that, and me with quite a bad throat at the moment, as you may be able to tell, let's go into the galaxy. This is how I spend my free time. Lathrix has a life. In terms of difficulty, we're going to level it up by 2, so we are on Commodore, which is fairly decently difficult, but not insanely difficult. We're on a medium star system, everything else is default. Okay, let's get going. Now, one more thing which makes us incredibly powerful is this. We have adaptability and purity rather than domination and diplomacy. This means we get this here. Adopting all adaptability traditions will make our farms produce 1 mineral. It sounds like not much, but it does mean if we build a farm on a mineral tile, we still get those minerals in addition to the 1 mineral, which is utterly insane, and means our Unity generators, the farms, will also become our mining stations, which is just really, really powerful. And by stations, I meant to say tiles. Anyway, but first, we are going to go with expansion because we do need as much space as possible, as early as possible. We can't go to war to claim space. So we need it as soon as we can. Even if we go aggressive, we probably won't get that much anyway because we don't have too many bonuses for that. But here are the three main ones we're going for. Expansion, adaptability and purity, maybe discovery purely for faith in science. We want as much unity as possible, so in the late game, we can use the ambitions constantly, which are really, really powerful things found in here. Once you get the Ascension theory, which will increase research or naval capacity, all sorts of stuff, which normally you can't have on constantly. But we might be able to. And I will go with engineering facility because we do need engineering research if we're going to be robots. So, I'll be right back when something happens. It'll be weird editing this footage. Very, very lucky with our first world, a 23 tropical right there. Well, that's lovely, and it will give us enough unity that's definitely worth grabbing. Our first new ruler and our first Ascension perk, which I am going to go with Interstellar Dominion. This is going to be so useless later, but right now, having that minus influence cost will be insane. Like I said before, once the enemies are found, once they close their borders to us, which they most likely will, we can't spread anymore. There's no way. So we need to grab every little bit we can. So I'm thinking what we will grab is Interstellar Dominion, Technological Ascendancy, and One Vision. These three are guarantees. After that, we just need to make sure we have enough space for Synthetic Evolution and the Flesh is Weak. And then we can just pick and choose whatever else we want, which will be fun. The galaxy is ours. Things are going incredibly well, and now I'm going down the discovery tree. So originally, I was going to go with adaptability or purity first, and then get the other, then go with discovery, then harmony. But instead, I think discovery will be better, just because of how insane faith in science is going to be. We are going to be decent at science, and very good at unity. So getting 3 months of unity every time we get a new science, I think it's important to get this first, on top of the bonus 25% leader experience gain and the bonus 10% research speed. Combine all of that together, and I think we are going to go very quickly through all the different techs. And we definitely need to get synthetics before we can use them, or at least before we can turn into them, just to make sure everything goes as fast as possible. Now that's a stroke of good luck. We're going to be producing so much food, being able to sell that food is incredibly important. Now, what are the deals like here? I want minerals. 100 food for 50 minerals. We will definitely have 100 plus food income by the end of this. We found the traders and we found the curators already. That is so good for this empire. So far, honestly, this has been a really good start. And I am having to resist colonizing every single world I see. After playing the infestation for so long, it's a bizarre thing to see a planet and go, you know what? We don't need that. The very first empire we find, of course, they're xenophobic militarists. That's gonna make us safe. Now, with their increased difficulty, they do have some bonuses and look like a hand reaching to grab us, so that's always good as well. They are superior in terms of their fleet power. Well, that's to be expected. I'm only just now starting to build my fleet, so
System surveyed.
Need to start moving down and to the right as much as possible because this area is going to be a fighting zone very soon. Well, we definitely need some more energy to start trading then. We now have the traders, the curators, and the artists. So I'm thinking trade food for energy, then trade energy for science and unity. The Old Gods event has just been finished, which is really, really well timed because now I can go ahead and get myself some bonus science. Yes, please. Ooh, only 1,000, because it's so early game. Normally I don't find these guys until way later on. Are you also 1,000? Wonderful. There we go. Bonus unity, bonus science, and the science will feed into the unity.
Discovered.
Beautiful. Now, over here, as soon as we have the money, I wish to build a gene clinic. Every science tile will become science, everything else will become a farm.
Construction complete.
Begin the peace festivals. There we are. Now here's something I've never done before. I really want to make this the Curator Think Tank. 5 physics, 5 society, 5 engineering. Though it requires us to be a little bit more friendly with the curators. Let's have a look-see. Okay, so we need 50 opinions, so that'll be soon enough since they are liking us more and more since we are purchasing their services. Behold the power of fear. Fear campaign. Plus 10% unity, although it does make us even more xenophobic. But I really want that bonus unity. Only now is our unity finally sort of climbing to the peaks I was after. That sounded weird, admittedly. We have found the home world of our predecessors, and because of that we just got loads of unity, and we're about to get a lovely system with lots and lots of science. And there we go, speaking of science, our science is now done, and let's go with technological ascendancy. And then, let's grab ourselves... probably adaptability finally. As much as I would like some of the other things, this here, Symbol of Purity, is amazing. For instance, we have over here, above the fray, which is 10% unity bonus. I just really need these bonus minerals and everything else. Makes our worlds a lot easier to deal with. Though I am really tempted by purity. Higher level governors, higher level leaders. Our people are happier, and star bases are even cheaper. And we get the Symbol of Purity then, plus 10% unity at the end of it. Fine. Purity, then adaptability.
System surveyed.
Fighting drones. Quite the light show. There we are, we destroy that. Lovely. You guys go home. We get a scientist to research that, and then we have a nice 22 continental world. Now, we do need as many types of worlds as possible, because once we do get adaptability, there's this here. Unity output increased by 5% per different planet class you have colonized. So right now that would put us at 10% once we get that continental. And we're about to get this tropical as well. Excellent. Okay, so you start making a move towards there. And where's our nearest scientist? There you are. You can go over and survey that and research, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And on top of all that, I'm now building the Art College. It's similar to the Curator think tank, except for it's for unity rather than science. And you need to be bestest buds with the artists. The Symbol of Purity is now able to be created for unity and governing ethics attraction. This is why I made them deviants. Hopefully it'll fight off all of this forced love between them when I need to change them into something else. I'm afraid you there are going to be turned into this. We want as much unity as possible. Now I am really pushing for unity. We're sort of now reaching the end of where we can expand. After this, likely we're just going to be stuck here. So now we just need as much unity as possible. And that's so annoying. I would like to make that right now, but I don't have anywhere near enough energy. Thank you very much. There we are. Purity is finished. We get 10% bonus unity. And then... oh, we could already get the flesh is weak. That's interesting. Though I do want one vision, but that is so early to get that. One vision or the flesh is weak. Both of them are amazing. I think for now, one vision. Let's just keep on focusing on unity generation. I'm finally building farms everywhere. Soon that unity amount is going to spike heavily. I'm also now saving up for the monuments, which you can purchase from the artists. So next, adaptability or harmony. With harmony, we get the utopian dream, which gives us bonus happiness, a little bit of unity in the building itself, and food. And of course, we also get the bulwark of harmony, making ourselves more protected, and our leaders live longer lives. Our people are also happier. Adaptability, we get minerals per farm, we get unity bonuses, we get habitability bonuses, and gene modification points. Both are really good for what we're currently trying to do. I feel like we're doing well so far. So right now, we are essentially dead last in terms of our empires, despite the fact I feel like I'm doing so well. Yep, we are the weakest empire currently available in the game, but the reason is this. We just have really, really low naval capacity. I only have one anchorage, which isn't even finished yet, and that's it. We don't really have a true fleet. Well, we have a somewhat okay-ish defensive fleet, we have a bastion, and that's it. And it's making our score look really, really bad. But in almost all ways, we are better than everyone else in terms of tech, which is very, very nice. And we should be getting better now as our worlds finally get populated. the whole slow breeding thing is actually really bad. Didn't realise just how bad that was. But still, eventually, farms everywhere. I've went ahead and I've jumped all the way around here so that we can grab all of this space as well. It is going to affect how fast we can get tech and unity, but I really do think we need the minerals and we need the energy. At the moment, we're kind of starving for both. It looks like we're doing okay, but we're not going to get any more. Our planets are just not going to give us much energy, and only a little bit of minerals when we eventually get the adaptability traits finished. So yeah, we do need this. Plus, I really want the gateway, the natural wormhole, and I would like to see if these guys are worth invading, having a second species amongst our empire. Well, here's something. Psionic theory, which I believe is what we need to go down the Psycho route. Where are you? There we are. Mind over matter, psionic theory. Well then, also, if you can hear it in the background, there's currently engineering work being done just outside my apartment. Yeah, fun, isn't it? So here's something I haven't seen before. This fellow here claims that he is a caretaker, and because of a problem with drop pods, totally not his fault, all of the people in his care eventually lost oxygen and died. Do we want him to help us? Yes. Sure, Governor Caretaker AX7B. Excellent. Okay then, let's see how good you are at governing then in comparison to our no governor. Oh yeah, because our recent governor just got elected to office, so... yeah, whoa, you're old. Level 4 of 9. You got analytical. And... shipyard build speed increased. And build cost decreased. That's pretty nice. Okay, sure. You're our new permanent governor, and you are immortal. So you should get to max level fairly quickly. Now, this is interesting, and not to spoil too much from the infestation run, in case you haven't watched that already, but this here. Currently, this planet is having some serious rift problems. There are rifts spawning everywhere, spewing out sulfuric gases, and we can hear something like a heartbeat in the center. Now, I've never had this event actually happen to me, so honestly I don't fully understand what is going to go on, but apparently something mental happens. So, that's going to be very interesting to say the least. And let's grab ourselves some plasma throwers. Nice and cheap, giving us some more unity. And there we are. We now have adaptability finished, which should mean we're getting quite a few more minerals, and we can now choose between becoming robots and becoming psychic. Now, I've already done the psychic one recently, so I'm not massively tempted to go with this, but I can't remember what this actually gives you. In terms of the psionic populations and the leaders, I know they get a bonus of some kind, but I can't remember for the life of me what it is. With the cyborgs, I know we get increased lifespan, which is really good for our leaders, and we also get a habitability bonus. Once again, really good considering we want as many planets as possible for that 30% unity bonus. So what I'm thinking is... yeah, I'm going to go with the flesh is weak. I think it's the best for this run, and I honestly want to go down the synthetic route because synthetics are amazingly powerful. The flesh is weak. Soon our snails will be robo-snails. How lovely, and I want that. A cybernetic revolution. Ultra Unity snails. Well, the naming is pretty awesome anyway. So, what bonuses do you get? Habitability plus 20%, army damage plus 10%, leader lifespan plus 40 years. That is really good, especially since now I am trying to get as many different types of world as possible. I'm actually going to inhabit this one, the arid world, with the rifts to see if anything else happens, although I do have a horrible feeling that this is actually the end of this particular tree, since I know other things can happen, but I think this is one of the outcomes. I don't know that for certain, but we will see as time goes on. And I'm about to grab this one over here, the Alpine world as well. So that extra habitability, really, really helpful. Now, when it comes to leaders, our main leader gets nothing for being a cyborg, which is a shame. Our scientists get plus 5% research speed, which is pretty darn awesome. Other leaders, admirals, get plus 5% fire rate, and the governor would get plus 5% minerals if we had a biological governor, but we don't, because we have our Governatron, which is doing a great job. Well done. Once again, something I've not seen before. So this is the Loop Temple, and it's about the Worm in Waiting, an event I did earlier, but I just couldn't remember this. I must have seen this before, but simply forgot about it. So, on Slime World, we get the Loop Temple Visitor Center, which increases happiness, and we get the Tech Research Doctrine, Strange Loop, which sounds weird, so obviously I'm choosing that one. So where is the Visitor Center, which just opened up? Slime World, right? Oh, it's just a modifier, it's not actually a tile. Okay, well that's even better. So everyone's at max happiness. I think on most worlds we are at max happiness, except for the desert worlds and the tundras and stuff like that, where it's a little bit too inhospitable still. Yeah, still close though, but not quite all the way there. So then, with research, it was under this, the Loop Institute. Whoa. Governing Ethic Attraction, Planet Unique, you can get one on every planet. 8. Society. Well, bonus happiness is good. Governing Ethic Attraction is going to be very annoying, but yeah, research that. New things. Always cool.
Product complete.
So many things I've just not seen before. Okay, well this one is something we have seen before. These are subterranean aliens, and we are going to be peaceful with them. Huzzah! Now that is on... which planet was that? This one, which increases tile society output. Yep, this is definitely going to be our science world. Bonus engineering, bonus society, thank you very much. Now this is this. Study the messenger. Perhaps we can establish a connection to certain other events, perhaps even find an explanation. So, loads of things have been going on. I've been skipping way too much. I apologise for that, but because I'm rushing to get this playthrough sort of going and getting to a decent pace, I am sort of skipping through things I think I've seen before, and then I miss something new, which is really annoying. Request for technology. Yeah, we'll give them some tech. They're our friends. And then...
construction complete.
So from that previous event, it basically said we may have cousins out there which we didn't know about, or perhaps we were genetically modified from them, perhaps some kind of precursor species. So we're now studying it.
Special product complete.
Execute them, please. Let's look how nice that one is. Lathier has reconstructed the messenger. Ah, it's quite impressive, worryingly so. It seems to be considerably more robust and aggressive than our current edition. There is some confusion about whether we were the source species and the messenger the modified version, or whether the messenger was our ancestor. Yes. Let's do that. Well then, the messenger, Night Falls. Lathier has now recreated the genetic heritage of the messenger species without stopping to ask anyone's opinion. They have also created a highly contagious retroviral agent. It stalks our worlds. Under its influence, our primary species falls into a chrysalis coma and emerges a day later as the messenger species. This is causing, it is fair to say, some excitement. Let's do it! A new faction was also founded. So I'm assuming that you guys are militaristic. 100% support! Our entire species just became militaristic. And now we are squids! All the same traits as before, though? Yeah, all that really happened is we changed our portrait and we became militaristic. That was a terrible idea. Oh, and everyone's really unhappy, aren't they? Because we have nothing to do with supremacy. Oh dear. Failing to allow for offensive warfare will displease the Crimson Warrior Lodge. So, Yeah, we need to just embrace them then right now, don't we? We need to lose our pacifism and become militaristic because there's no way we can possibly please these people. This is a really bad idea and it's completely changed how I'm going to play this, but still. Okay, so if I become militaristic right now, let's say I just straight away pay into that. What's going to happen is that I'm going to lose both this and this. Both of these require at least one. This requires double pacifism. This requires one pacifism. Pacifism. I can't speak right now. Pacifism. I've got a bad throat and apparently that's preventing me from saying certain words. Anyway, because we become militarist, we will lose pacifist completely. So these turn off straight away and we're not anywhere near the point where I want to be. So I think I need to do is just fear campaign, just try to ride it out. We have a lot of stuff giving us bonus towards our governing ethics attraction. They should slowly become pacifists again. Hopefully. We'll find out soon enough. So, a few months later, still 100% support even when I'm suppressing them. It's a little bit insane, honestly. So, I've got to say, if we cannot get at least some support back to our governing ethics soon, I will embrace the militaristic traits, which really just sums up this. So what's happened here is that we found an old pod, which was used for colonization, but it was weirdly ancient with our own species, and then we figured out, oh, perhaps this is our precursor species. So we modified ourselves to be more like them,
Construction complete.
because we're dumb. And then, well, this has happened. The last thing I can do is what I'm doing right now. Where's our science? There we are. Which is to use the loop institutes, which also increase governing ethic attraction. Our governing ethics, of course, are pacifist. So we'll see if that has any effect. Plus, it's a lot of bonus science, which is pretty darn nice. I'm just putting it pretty much anywhere I can right now. Being a bit bad for the tiles, but that's fine. And then I'll put one here. The funny thing is, this is essentially what's going to happen when we become synthetic, except for instead of militarist, it will be materialist. All that sweet, sweet money. Oh no, more risks. So, these fellows wish to give us an inoculation. It may be really good, it may cause us harm. Very well, if it's for our own good. I'm sure you're not crazy in any way. Ha ha ha! Now, going through supremacy will make our people happy right now, but I'm still trying to get them away from that. Let's just go with prosperity. What is this? Omega Theory. Empire unique. 10 physics. Oh, once again, it's the worm event. Wow! That's some seriously weird events we've been doing this time around. So, the information I was just giving, it turns out, is wrong after a quick Google search, and I would have still become fanatic, xenophobe, and militarist, I believe. So, that's just how that works. I've waited long enough now, anyway, that the xenophobe faction is coming back. In fact, it seems like most of our populace, in fact, all of our populace, is pacifist, xenophobe, and militarist still. It's just they all joined this group. They didn't change their minds. So slowly they are trickling back to their original factions. So all that really happened is we became squids. We are Zeidborg. Zeidborg? That was by accident, but it's perfect! I meant to say Zeidberg, but yep, cybernetic We are the Zeidborg. Fear us.
Complete.
Making an empire? Why not Zoidborg? So our current militarist faction, which is rapidly losing power, says it wants us to kill a Titan. Well, there's this fellow. The Scrapbot. And it's right next to us, so what I'm doing is spending almost all of our minerals on our fleet, which should give us enough power to maybe stand a chance against it. And the good thing is, I don't mind losing most of that fleet because it's going to cost an absolute fortune to maintain, which I simply can't afford right now. I'm sending them to their death, is what I'm saying. I don't feel like a particularly good person right now. The end in the beginning. There is a consciousness outside time and beneath space. It is a labyrinthian tangle of desire and desperation. Our remote ancestors knew it as the loop, the worm in waiting. We have met it out there where the void is tormented by gravity. It seems to have taken a personal interest in us. There are mathematical proofs that it loves us, but love to the worm is not like love to anything that subsists in ordinary space. That sounded weird. With all we have learned, we think that we might be able to use the Omega alignment to open an access route, an entry point for the worm to manifest in our home system. The worm is fond of beginnings, and this is ours. What consequences would that have? We have yet to find anyone who's prepared to commit to an answer. Immortality, perhaps, or apocalypse. But we would certainly learn a great deal. Perhaps the worms loves us.
Situation log updated.
Oh, this is not going to go well. So, I believe that was triggered by me building the Omega alignment. What is with this worm stuff? I wish I paid more attention. Generate the entry point. May the great devourer join this universe in our glorious name. For Zoidborg. Also, I just knocked over something on the table. Ignore that.
Product complete.
The heart of the sun. The project is complete. The accelerators are online. The power network of a dozen cities is diverted to wake the pseudo-singularity at the heart of the alignment. Space shudders like wind-racked cloth. Slime Star. For a heart-stopping moment dims and then brightens. A shadow coil in its heart. The worm is here. It unfolds like origami. Across the system, sensors shut down in abject disbelief as the incomprehensible, dyslexia is having fun, data of its arrival sleets through them. On the homeworld, our subjects scream and cower as they feel its attention turned upon them. And upon us. It presents a wordless question, or rather, we have become aware that this question was always what it was asking us, every time we encountered it. Yes, whatever it requires, we consent. The worm loves us. It will always love us, and thus it always has. It winds around the hot heart of our home star. It winds around every loop of genetic information. It provokes a shuddering series of cataclysms in the planetary crust of our home. But when our star grows cold, that cataclysm will warm us. We understand so much more. We will always be what we were going to be. Wound tight in the love of the worm. What was shall be, what shall be was. What just happened? Oh! It's made tomb worlds. What? It's made 3 tomb worlds in our home star. In our home system. Oh my god, it's turned one of the stars into a black hole. I mean... What? We do have a black hole in the system. Look! That is insane! And awesome, look how huge... Wow, that is going to be a ridiculously powerful planet. Slime World is also a tomb world. And now we have tomb world preference. But only those who lived on the home world. And we are now natural physicists. But we are now repugnant. Repugnant, rather. What just happened? That is... Oh, I love Stellaris sometimes. What in the what? Everyone, no, it has to come from the homeworld, otherwise we don't get the tomb world preference. For the glory of the worm! Well, hello there. From the empire underneath our planet, we have a refugee. Hello. What happens if we assimilate you? I've got a horrible feeling that this just turns you into one of us. But it may make you a robot version of one of us, so begin the assimilation. Can we please stop kicking him out of the planet? That would be really helpful. Where is it? I know it's one of these. Core world population. All species. It won't make our people happy doing this, but I really want to see what happens here. Can always change it back later if it really annoys them. So no, it just turns them cybernetic.
Construction complete.
I'm okay with that. Okay, seems like our old faction is finally gathering some ground. Yep, 16% now of our population support it. It's constantly siphoning from the militarist. I have no want to become militarist in the end, that's the problem. If it was something else, egalitarian, authoritarian, just not militarist, it's so opposite of the goals I have for this series. What a weird series of events, though. All of my money has gone into our fleet at the moment, so we have 3 groups of 10,000 each heading towards the enemy Leviathan over here. I don't know if they're going to win. Honestly, I think they're going to lose. But at the same time, I am making more forces over here. I can't send everything in, because if I do, we're really open to attack from these guys. Not you, these guys next to us. They really, really hate us.
Construction complete.
And now we are taking a lead. It seems like it took a while, but that inwards perfection is finally really, really granting us some serious bonuses. And our unity is still increasing. In fact, can I please purchase another artist monument? Another art piece, please? Yes, thank you. I just realised I completely forgot. I saved the game, checked what would happen if I changed the faction, because I wanted to see to make sure I wasn't telling lies. Turns out I was, and then completely forgot to rename everything again. There we go. Almost completely Corvettes, because for the longest time I didn't have access to anything else, and I've kitted them out with only anti-shield armaments, because that's just what we happen to research. So we have disruptors and mass missiles. Essentially, we 100% ignore shields. So I'm really hoping this guy has loads of shields. I don't think I'm actually allowed to check on the vessel. The scavenger, ladies and gentlemen.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
I have no idea how this is going to go. Honestly, I don't think we're going to win. Missiles away! Okay, with a chunk of its armor just vanished. Oh, our ships are vanishing too. Good, good. Yep, I know we're fighting a Leviathan. Thanks, game.
System survey complete.
Wait, you are kitted out with disruptors, yeah? Okay, good.
Construction complete.
Oh, come on. It has no armor left. Just kill it. We're down to under half. So is he, but we're getting weaker and he isn't. Oh, this is going to be so close if I just sent the extra fleet, but I needed to keep something in reserve. No! Kill it! No! That was so insanely close. And I'm assuming it has the capability to heal. Look at it burning.
Construction complete.
Hopefully the enemies over here don't see that it's wounded. Ooh, good. Oh, Tomb Worlds are now up and running. Fantastic. We want that. We want the Loop Institute. Wait, does the Loop Institute give happiness? Oh, yes, it does. Didn't even realise that. Well, may have realised it then forgot about it, honestly. So all of the stuff we need down here.
System
carry on.
complete.
I think I'm going to focus these worlds purely on science now. We sort of need it. Once again, here we go! There we go. Nanite repair system.
We have mastered a new technology.
Well then. Okay. Okay. What is this? Whoa, that is powerful. Highly effective hull auto repair system. That is actually insane. It's like the living tissue hull, whatever it's called, but way stronger. Very nice. Okay, go home. I've got a scientist on the way anyway to analyze the debris and try and take this system as soon as possible. There is the scientist. There he is. Yep, could you please go ahead and survey? Finally messing around with the genes of our people. There we are. Going to apply this to everyone so that now we are natural physicists, but we are no longer slow breeders. That's going to take forever, but I think it's going to really help, especially since we have such huge planets to fill. With prosperity now finished, we are the defenders of the galaxy. Next up, we get supremacy. Then after that, hopefully, we will have the ambitions, which we can use the rest of our unity on. We're almost getting 1,000 per month now. Have some food. Well, the birds like us more. So, because we are the defenders of the galaxy, we get a +20 modifier to all other empires. Which is nice. Here's a Leviathan I've never seen. The Wraith. Which is in our territory. What? Well, that just became much more worrying. So, kill it, please. Corvette spam, where are you? Yeah, all of you, move now. Rally there. Did I leave you behind by mistake? Darn it. Well, anyway, rally there. Oh, it's healing. Well, that's good. I'm glad it can heal. Don't let it get to one of our planets. So, it turns out the Wraith isn't that strong. It actually died off camera since I was looking at other things, and then I just saw this pop up. It was over in seconds. Just to the first 2 Corvette groups. So, what is this then? To understand exactly how our fleets completed this seemingly insurmountable task, the scientists have meticulously documented the previously unseen properties of light and energy that the Wraith put on bright display today. The lights have gone out. Spectral residue studies modifier added, giving the following effects. +5% research speed, physics, great. +5% energy weapon damage, and +10% energy credits. Is that permanent? It's got the timer next to it, but it seems to be permanent. Normally it gives a date when it expires. You did good, guys. Now that is an amazing modifier. Oh, but we did lose 2 systems to that thing. I'm just thankful it spawned near where all our fleets were. I mean, that could have just torn apart a huge area otherwise. And actually, you should stay there and help out that. You should go over here and grab these back. We continue to take steps to true perfection. Now we even have the Research Institute. And one of our lovely tomb worlds, which is about to get scientists to help it, is coming along nicely. I'm even now using physics labs because we are natural physicists. Sadly, with our genetic traits, we still can't remove positives, so I can't add natural engineers, which is what I really want. But because of that, we may as well try and get as many physics as possible. This planet will be insane when it's finished. All of these modifiers are now really running away. Our science is constantly updating, and because of that, our unity is going insane. Right now, we also have an extra 10% bonus unity because we have supremacy all the way down to here. We're about to get extra fire rate. It's just madness, and I absolutely love it. Very, very soon, we're going to be near unstoppable. Basking in the radiance of the black hole, we are making some serious headway with our fleets as well. And look, finally we have things which aren't corvettes. We have battleships, we have cruisers, we have loads of stuff now being built, and the cruisers are just spam missiles, and somehow I managed to miss one of their weapons. How did I even do that? Why? Well, as soon as it's built, I'll re-add the disruptors. I don't know why, but I really love how disruptors look when they're firing. They're not the best option here. But apparently we just hate shields that much. Well, that's not good. It turns out that the Fanatic Purifiers have destroyed both of the trading stations. Well, at least 2 of them. There's apparently a 3rd, which I'm dealing with. Yeah, that's not really the best. On the upside, we now have maximum growth for the 3 planets we're still growing populations on, but still. That's kind of insane how far we've let those go, but sadly we simply can't go to war with them whilst we're fanatic pacifists and whilst we are also inwards perfection. Eventually we shall awaken and destroy them. Also, the robot is now leading our people. Because why wouldn't it? Which means we no longer have a governor. Well, that was a mistake. That's kind of useless. That's okay. Really don't need any more food, thank you. Let's go with you. Bonus shipyard or... let's go with lifespan. A long-lived governor. Wish I'd noticed that earlier, though, since a governor does give bonus resource. Population resource production plus 2%. Next time I'll have to make sure to get the robot out of office.
We have mastered a new
The governor is now an intellectual. Well, that was pretty darn perfect, wasn't it? Don't really care about any of these, so let's go with the cheaper one. And let's go with bonus fleet. The drums of war. For the first time in recorded history, the warring factions of this group have united. Hello there. So apparently there is now a threat in the universe. You. So where are you? You're all the way over here, which is incredibly difficult for me to get to. Well, then have fun. You're going to devour everyone next to you because I can't help out in the slightest. Is there any way we can make these people like us more so we could aid them? Sounds silly, really, doesn't it? We're going to pay them to help them. Bribery is the... Wow, you don't even want minerals. Well, that's just weird. Energy? Food? Do you truly want for nothing? Well, then yeah, we're just gonna have to, accept this. Have fun. They just randomly open their borders. Is that by any chance because you know how doomed you are? Well, I'm still gonna help you out because I'm just that nice. That's going to cost us a lot of energy. Why do I not have capacity overload? That would be helpful. It must be weirder for the other empires to see our fleets moving away from our star systems, since it just never really happens. On top of this, we are now researching synthetics. Very, very soon, we can do synthetic evolution. Which is going to be a little bit mad, honestly. Is that the last of our regular snails? I think it is. How did you survive not turning into a squid? Do we have any other... No, we have no more snails. You are the last of your kind. The originals. Ooh, seems like that's their major fleet. Okay, well then. We're going this way instead, lads. Let's get them whilst they're nowhere near their stations. Do not want to fight that and their stations at once. Go, go, go. Though I don't think it is their major fleet, because I think that's called, like, the Khan's Chosen or something. Anyway, get them. Whoa, they have a Titan. Well, a galleon, but I think it's their version of a Titan anyway. Doesn't have the Titan weaponry. It's like a really big battleship, honestly. Yep, utterly dominated. Lovely. Your shields mean nothing versus us. Whoa, those cruisers in artillery mode just destroy things. Beautiful. Okay, let's start grabbing some areas then. Start pushing them back. Now, honestly, I don't mind them doing damage to people over here, but as they take people and make them submit, they become stronger. And I don't want this to become a problem for us, so nipping this in the bud straight away is what we need to do.
Xeno station engaged.
Yeah, love those cruisers. Okay, this is going to be a serious fight, but if we can take out this one, their main hubs. Wow. I'm tempted to make this world our homeworld, just so I can get the maximum level labs, since they require homeworld status. Capital world? Homeworld? Main world. Okay, good, you all stay together and are now attacking the fleet. I love how their shield bar doesn't even move. Nothing we have hurts shields, except for point defense. Which I think can fire at things if it's not firing at missiles, I believe. Not that you'd really see anyway. This is really satisfying to watch. They attack, they destroy, they move on. And I believe that's this dealt with. Yep, there we go. One of their worlds gone. They do have a gateway over there, so I guess really we should get that first. But at the same time, do want to kill their fleets. Okay, kill that fleet first. Actually... Wait, is that 49,000 fleet? Whoa! Oh, it's loads of those. You see, now I have a feeling like they are really going to struggle versus our corvettes. Yeah, lots of large weaponry with very little tracking. I don't think that's going to do well at all. So despite its strength, I'm not happy with its existence, but I'm not terrified of it either. I found the Great Khan. He's over here. Not defending your space. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, I do kind of want to kill you. I don't think our fleets are going to survive all of this, but they're doing well so far.
We have mastered a new technology.
And on the upside, we have mastered a new technology. Just grabbing all the cheap things for now. As soon as we turn it into synthetics and we leave behind inward perfection, we're not going to be getting as much unity, so I want to get as much bonus unity as possible. Did not know they had planets to begin with. Interesting. So, just carry on. Just keep on going, taking out everything you can. The neighbours are actually fighting back okay. Not winning, for the most part, but they are halting them a lot. There it is, Unity Ambitions, using Unity for some seriously, really powerful upgrades. And let's go with the first repeatable. The Khan is over here, just go for him. Everything you have. Well, at least we get to fight his bodyguards on their own. Goodbye. Oh, okay, here he comes. I'm assuming he's in here. The armor's gone. So many little missile hits. And... yes! So sadly he did survive. But still really good considering that's their main force. Now we go back on ourselves and just keep on keeping them there. So apparently, he is definitely alive. I wonder if that means he's respawned. He has! Good! Let's kill him again! Or at least kill his fleet. Again. We're taking so few losses. It's because so many of their fleet points are just those galleons, which just can't deal with our corvettes. And we really have gone heavy cheese with the corvette spam. It wasn't really that intentional to begin with, I just wanted fast responders, but... okay, you went a really weird way. No, you didn't, you went the correct way. We should be faster than you. We really should. We even have the hit and run doctrine, which is increasing our speed. No, sorry, the rapid deployment, which is increasing our speed. Whoa, okay, that's that really weirdly powerful group.
Xenomongrels have
I was hoping we could get past you, but sadly not. We may lose a lot here, honestly. Depends how fast we can deal with all the other things and then swarm them. Wow, they are super focusing on our cruisers. I mean, it makes sense. The cruisers don't really move. Corvette swarm. Kill! The swarm's spreading way too much. Darn it, they're gonna get such a head start on us now! This was just really a huge nuisance, you know. Well, one more of your systems is ours at least. We'll take out this one as well. May as well. Any second now. Oh, apparently they're going to hit us. No, we definitely hit them first. Hello again! Ooh. I didn't even know what that was, but apparently something died. Wait, are you two on the same side now? There's no federation. Why are you both the same colour scheme then? I don't know what I've done to make that a thing. Weird. Well, you like us anyway, which is nice. That's a rarity. Oh, is it that? No, that's a different group. Who knows, anyway. Important thing here. I'll look into that afterwards. There we go, the death of the Great Khan. Now, he may still come back, so I will go ahead and just destroy everything. Well, he won't come back, but his predecessor may still take over this area. So I want them to be as weak as possible if that happens. So they splintered into two groups, both of which have the exact same traits. They are both xenophobic and militarist, and I think we did a very good job of just diffusing them. That's all they are now, just that. Right at the bottom of the scoreboard. We did good. We are truly the defenders of the galaxy. Though for some reason they kind of like us. So that's nice. So now I have to decide something. World Shaper, Voidborn, or Galactic Wonders as my other Ascension perk. We're definitely getting Synthetic Evolution once I can research it. And I kind of want all three of those. All of our worlds being Gaia worlds is insanely effective. Voidborn means we have an alternate win condition. Galactic Wonders is amazing. I like all of them. But either way, what I can definitely do right now is this. Ambitions! Which means Scientific Revolution. 20% research speed bonus. There's loads of other things as well. Extra minerals, we can have an increased fleet, more influence, we can force our people to go with a specific ethics. There's loads of things we can do. But right now, all I really want is the extra science. Just speed it all up.
Mastered a new
Now
technology.
researching synthetic personality matrix. Once that's researched, we can turn our people into synthetics. Wonderful. And I would like more leaders, please. And
We have
now
mastered
I
a
can
new
finally
technology.
have capacity overload. Ooh, lovely. Which I'm going to
Construction
use
complete.
straight away. Synthetic evolution activated.
Situation log updated.
Which means now, in 38 months, yet one last thing, we're going to have synths. All of our people will become synthetic. The consciousness transferred into synthetic avatars. The synthetic age. Meta Ultra Unity Snail. Yes, that seems right. Whoa, minerals are now way lower. Why is that? Oh, of course, because all of the farms have turned into power plants. All of them. Oh, that is a problem, isn't it? Because now that is a lot of minerals we've just lost. Oh dear. Well, it's not so many it's going to cause a massive issue. We just need to go through the planets, check out the new power plants, and on tiles like this, where there really should be a mineral processor, just put down a mining network. Simple as that. Or food. Actually, that'll become an energy grid for now, but yeah, we just need to quickly go out and check up and change some of these. Okay, so we are now synthetic, which means we get plus 20% all sciences, plus 20% unity, plus 20% energy, plus 20% minerals. That's a little bit insane. Now, unlike regular robots, we are also affected by happiness, meaning we also get the happiness bonus. Which is also mad. So we get all of the bonuses as if we are organics, but then we get the synthetic ultimate trait. And then we can improve them further. So what do we want? Well, I want them to be cheaper. So, where are you? Durable, consumer goods, lessened. Then we can also get... Where is the one I am after? It's minus energy, essentially. There's an efficiency one. There we go. Minus 10% robot upkeep, which is the energy cost of a synthetic. Since they act like a robot, they have the consumer goods, but they also have upkeep. And then bonus science. I would say bonus unity, but no, I'd much rather have bonus science. So let's go ahead with that. But I think I want you to turn into these. At least these kind of look like they have a shell. So they vaguely look like they've came from our original species.
Situation log updated.
Let's go ahead and do that, and I'll just go ahead and convert some of these into some mineral producers. A new faction was founded and instantly took up most of the people, which is the materialist faction. I'm going to go ahead and instantly embrace that so we can see what problems that causes. Have all the problems at once. So now we are xenophobic, pacifist, regular materialist, which is good. The robot upkeep has gone down. We do indeed count as robots for all bonuses like that. However, now, which one of these is deactivated? So this one here is no longer active. What I think I'm going to have is I'm going to make our kingdom now a dictatorship, remove that, remove inwards perfection, since that'll be changing soon, since I do want to go fanatic materialist. And what do I want instead then? I might have to wait a while and get the others. Well, first of all, efficient bureaucracy, since once we lose pacifism, we also lose more of those. Actually, no, we don't even need that. We don't need that +2. We're on 8 out of 10. What do we need? Minus edict cost, that's pretty nice. And minus consumer goods is pretty nice as well, I suppose. And then we can always check on that later. Oh, we can't do that right now. We have to wait a while. Okay, well, that's what I will convert us into anyway. Hopefully by then, I'll have saved up enough to completely convert us, as people apparently now hate us. This can only be done once every 10 years. So in 10 years, we become fanatic materialists. That's when we truly awaken. We were a fallen empire, now we are so much more. Wow, this planet was like pure farms, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Okay, so minerals and research and a bit of energy. So all of the worlds are now sorted. Any tile which had minerals on are now being converted into mineral tiles properly, as in they are now using mining networks. On top of this, our leaders are looking pretty darn good. Okay, so we just need to wait along for 10 more years. Then we can become fanatic materialists. I was wondering where all that food was coming from, and it's because we still have the paradise domes. I guess I do sort of want to leave those, though. They're generating happiness for everyone. Do I need them? I don't think we do. So I guess I could remove the Paradise Dome and just make it into something else. On every planet, that is a lot of tiles. Converting all the Paradise Domes into food, for instance? Into research or minerals? Of course, now that we're synthetic as well, it means we have technically immortal leaders. Now, I say technically because eventually they will break down. Well, there's a random chance they break down every year, so generally they don't last forever. But they will last a very, very long time, and technically they could last forever. So because of that, I am focusing massively on leaders. We can now have up to 17 leaders, and I've decided every single planet should have a scientist assisting research. Because we are focusing now so much on research on the planets, this is going to give us a massive bonus. Even at level 1, the scientists give plus 10% on the planet, and that's it, we're now out of leaders. Let's look, see what leaders we do have. Don't need this admiral. We technically don't need this governor either, it's just not as good anymore as our governors. Maybe it is. Just because of the level. Though eventually this one will get to that level, so... And then once it gets to that, it will be better. But I don't want to get rid of him though, that's just sad. Well, looks like there's going to be one planet without any assistance. Research grants, lovely. And let's go with this as well, Hearts and Minds. I am promoting the xenophobic faction along with the materialist. So hopefully this will work out okay. 7 more years.
We have mastered.
So it's a brand new day, and I've just went ahead and embraced the materialists once again, and now we are fanatic materialism and xenophobe, which is really good. It also means that the percentage here doesn't actually matter, because we were slightly more favouring the pacifists, but we still became xenophobic, which is absolutely fantastic, and clearly my understanding about this is very, very limited. Now, one thing which has happened is if we go into Unity, although it still says purity over here, as soon as we go ahead and convert... Where are you? There we are. As soon as we get rid of inwards perfection, that will go back to domination and diplomacy. Oh, well, diplomacy is now back as diplomacy. Sadly, all the images are still the same, though, as if it was still... What was it called before? It was called, I should have checked as I've just woken up and started playing again. It was adaptability. That's what I was trying to say there. And now we need to make some rivals to get some more unity. So, who are our neighbours? Well, we have these fellows who hated us forever. There we are. We're now rivals of you. We have you who've been hating us more and more as time went on. There we are. And honestly, do we need to be friends with... Oh, I've just realised the fellows we were friends with have sort of vanished and been devoured. Well, we're definitely rivals to you then, aren't we? Or are we? Why can't we be... No! Our allies are still there. Well, they were our allies, but honestly, we're now going to be turning on them since we want to devour them as well. Well, not so much devour. Make everyone our vassal so we can spread our perfection. We're doing it for their own good, really. There we are. Lots and lots of rivals. Which also gives us lots and lots of influence, which is good because we need to save up very quickly. Okay, energy, attack speed there. So we can't go to war, though, until we get rid of inwards perfection. Which is going to be 4 years. Oh, sorry, 4 months. As soon as that's done, we can convert into something else, which I'm thinking... police state? Not sure. What are we going to go with? We are fanatic militarists. First of all, I do want to be a dictatorship. So, let's see. Philosopher King, would that be good? Yes, it would. Getting to max level with that would be kind of awesome. So, let's go with Philosopher King, and I'm thinking cutthroat politics, making our edicts nice and cheap so they can be up constantly. Or maybe a technocracy. Yeah, let's go with that, so we have more options. And that is what we're going to be in 3 months. Well, as soon as we have enough influence anyway. Oh, it seems, although this is still purity, it's actually converted. So it does say purity, but no, this is domination. Because as you can see, I no longer have these symbols of purity, or whatever they were called. Yet all of our planets now have one free tile, which was originally that. And we do now have the visitor center. I think I'm going to just convert all of them into science. I know it's silly since some of the tiles are already being used. Okay, maybe not that first one. That first one just had a tile way too powerful. But as many tiles as possible, I will convert into science. So Slime World. Nope, that's way too much energy and minerals. Let's get some more energy. So let's put down a power plant. How about you? Okay, you can be science. You can be minerals. You can be science. You can be science. And you finally can be science. We are an awakened empire, and that is the last straw. These two, our enemies, have just formed a federation. And now we're going to turn them into our vassals. Oh, actually, we're going to turn them into our protectorates. That's how lowly they are to us. We really are acting like a fallen empire. We've reached this point now where our ambitions have finally been rekindled. We've just been meditating, seeking inner enlightenment and perfection. And now we think we've reached it. It's time to spread it to the entire galaxy. We are Zoidborg, the most serious of fallen empires. Are you ready yet? Nope, need 4 more for that. I really should have went into Fleet Manager, but I forgot. Just had 4 more corvettes to finish that off, and I think 1 fleet should be enough to handle both sides. Now, what I do need is way more soldiers.
Construction complete.
So I'm just going to mass produce android armies absolutely everywhere. Glorious. And
Construction complete.
now we should be able to finally finish off this. Get rid of both of you, dictatorship, technocracy, and cutthroat politics. Although environmentalists would be interesting as well. But I think cutthroat politics is probably the best way to go here. Okay, the landing parties are ready. Let's begin this at long last. We begin our reign as the dominant empire. Hello there. I would like to offer you protectorate status. Wait for it. Wait for it. Is that a no? Well, that's too bad. Oh look, we can still do impose ideology. Anyway, vassalize.
We have declared war on the heinous Xenos.
The heinous Xenos. Okay, let's go straight over there instantly. Also, can the 2 transport ships please merge? Over here, do the same. We are already on aggressive, which is exactly what I want. Just go for the first planet you can find.
Xeno station engaged.
Wow, they have some pretty good stations.
Xeno station engaged.
Not good enough, though. Oops. Yep, that was intentional. I meant to do that. So, probably going to be skipping a lot of this because they are pathetic to us in their fleet power. So this probably will be a very one-sided war. Honestly, we can just land that straight away. There's no need to wait.
Invading Xeno lair.
Just go for the planets straight away. Go for the planets and for the stations. Ooh, hello. Okay, change of plan. We're going to go like this. And if they go this way... Oh, wait, they can't reach us that way. Good. Go there, destroy the station. Federation fleet after Federation fleet is being destroyed. And honestly, they're doing a good job at fighting back, although I am fighting 2 of them at the same time, and winning. Minus 18, that's all that's left until we achieve war goals and we get our very first vassal. Well, our very first protectorate. Then, we'll be at a truce with both of them, so I'll go after our former allies. Once we've defeated them, we can then go after this huge empire here. And then, everywhere. Oh, look, our former allies are over here as well. Well, that's a problem, actually. It may make going to war with these guys a little bit more difficult since we can't grab everything. Maybe we'll go to war with these instead. Yeah, this huge empire here. And there we have it already. Achieve war goals. Lovely. The best possible outcome. So we have our very first vassal. Well, we have our very first protectorate. We're gonna care for you, lads. Don't worry. Honestly, it's for your own good. Now, the next empire I want to kill these guys, which I believe I should now be able to demand become our vassal, right? Because they're neighbouring these fellows, although they do have a defensive... Oh, they're our allies. Yeah, they have a defensive pact with us. So I simply can't demand it because we're friends. Okay. At least I believe that's how that's going. So, who do we go with next? Who do we fight next? Well, I could just wait until the truce goes and then take over these. That means then we could do this one. It just means we're not really doing much for a while, which is a bit boring. Do we have enough strength to take out a fallen empire? You know we might. If we start leveling up our fleet a little bit more, if we make our fleet a little bit stronger, I think we are probably strong enough to take out a fallen empire, which would be good before the crisis events occur. Sure, let's focus on that then. Unrestricted wars? Yes, please. Now you guys, I probably need to make some claims. Well, I want this, 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 ooh, that, and this. So nothing major, just everything you own. On your marks, lads. The Zoidberg will not be bullied. Punishment. Wow, they don't like us. Good. Declare war, conquer.
We have declared war on the revolting Xenos.
We have declared war on the revolting Xenos. Okay, scientist and buildy boy, can you please stay back? Here we go. You can't kill the swarm of perfection. Lovely. Now, hopefully, they'll be dumb and try to take back this area whilst we control their station. Meaning their station works for us. Begin bombardment? Honestly, we don't even need bombardment. You guys just merge into one. Behold the supercluster. Land armies. Their first world is already ours. Sadly, nothing special about this world, and I'll probably just purge them. Where are you guys going? Is there a warp gate nearby you're travelling to? Because I have no idea what your current plan is. Gotta be honest. Either way, though, let's get some research done. And survey. And that planet is rapidly falling to us, which is great. So let's go for their capital whilst they're weirdly going this way. I don't get their plan. Oh, there's a warp gate over here. A wormhole. Does that go somewhere near us? It still seems silly, though. Now they're coming back. Wow, that is a serious station. Oh, they just teleported into our area over here. That's bad. Okay, Run?
Evasive maneuvers initiated.
That's fine. Leave them there. Whilst we take over this.
Our sign ship has been destroyed.
Darn it, they killed the science ship. That's fine. Station is now ours. They must have warped to get there so quickly. In which case, we should go after them now, because they should be weakened. And even if they're not, they're on their own, so half their fleet is just gone. Half their force, I should say. Okay, science ship number 2. You're up. I still love the fact their shield doesn't even move, just their health goes bye-bye. Toodles. Now you're back there and take out their other fleet. Lovely. Okay, scientist, you're good to go. Should be safe now. Their first fleet just respawned, but still damaged, of course. This will be giving us some seriously powerful reset. Darn, they dodged. That's problematic. They might go into our science vessel.
We have mastered
On the upside, they once again split up, so destroying as many ships as possible is nice and easy. Say goodbye to their ground forces. And begin bombardment on their planets. The core. And in the background, I'm going to start building a new fleet. Our ground forces finally have a leader. Should make this a lot easier. Now, you guys, I'm afraid they did just respawn again. We need to take out their stations.
invading Xeno lair.
Our ground forces are also powerful enough to take out everything here on their own, even though they're very powerful. It's a 6,000 invasion force with a strong leader. They will win. Okay, they have everything over here, but it's damaged again. And we are very quickly making a brand new fleet in the background. The final attack, and it looks like it's going to be a massive success. And so we can grab one more planet before the end. And of course, that's also taken out one more of their stations. So, they have one more fleet left of 4,000, which means they can't take back any of their main stations, and I've just taken their last station. You two can merge, thank you. Continue bombardment there. We are currently taking over the planet here.
Xeno lair secured.
This is their last planet. As soon as we take it, we have won the war. So can you go out and try and get back some of these? Otherwise, we'll have to grab them ourselves manually, which is just annoying. Wow, look at that research we just got. Oh, beautiful dark matter. Fantastic. Yep, our ships are now going to be really powerful. We now have the best regular shields. High war exhaustion. Whoa, good job I'm taking this planet now then.
Incoming transmission.
Too bad. Too late for you.
We have mastered a new technology.
Land. I don't know what's happened then. More leaders and more core sectors. Good. Most of these worlds I'm probably just going to purge anyway. They're not particularly good worlds, and I don't particularly rate these that highly. Just take these two. Wait, unoccupied planets? They have a planet? Oh no, they have a planet left! Quickly, teleport over there, I didn't notice. Hey, good, it's a very weak planet. Go, 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 go! Victory for me!
Hostile Xeno fleet detected.
Another one? How are you getting your fleets back?
Invading Xeno lair.
Well, your last planet's about to be ours anyway, so too bad for you.
Mastered a new technology.
Okay, all planets now. Achieve war goals, yes. And they're gone. Fantastic. Yeah, all you are being purged anyway, aren't you? Few species. How to kill you? How to kill you? Now, I could assimilate you, which I believe turns you into us. But we could just build ourselves. It won't take long, and that way we could purge all of you automatically, which is nice and simple. Oh, am I not allowed to do the extermination one? I have to just displace you. That's boring and very long-winded. Now, am I allowed then to shut down our synthetics once they are created? Synthetic... Okay, so I can disassemble them. So that's similar to what we were doing before. Because sadly, I can't just assimilate a set amount of you. Fine, begin the assimilation. And we have a new faction, which I'm assuming is coming from you guys, right? No, it's a new xenophobe. Wait, what happened to the old xenophobe? Xenophobe, xenophobe. Huh, we have two versions. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, these planets need some repair, but they're going to be amazing. And let's start building our synthetics everywhere where there's space. And same on boundary. We have almost one faction of every single group now. We have militarist, xenophobe, pacifist, materialist, another xenophobe, and then xenophile. All we're missing is egalitarian, authoritarian, and spiritualist. That's just weird. Also, I've decided we're going to go with... Voidborn. Because we just have so many minerals floating at the moment, and that's going to improve with that, and we're also going to grab Will to Power, which means we're getting loads upon loads of influence. So then, let's teleport you over to here, and let's get some stuff underway. Well, here comes our first habitat. Then very quickly, our second. Currently just building in all the areas we already have planets and in our core sector. This is definitely a win condition, since this will be under domination. Victory domination, win the game by owning 40% of all habitable planets, which I think will be pretty easy. Now, does that also count as those you have subjugated? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out as we continue. I mean, do I have 29 planets right now? I don't think so. No, there's no way we have 29 planets, which means it has to also include those which we've conquered. So originally, my next target was going to be these fellows, the Bloodborne, because we can just go to war very easily with them. If we go over to them, we can do this. Declare war, end threat, which means we can just take them over. But I think there's a better target. The other Fallen Empire, the Ancient Caretakers. They have a really nice ring world. Synthetics are so powerful in comparison to regular robots. Look at that! 41 energy from this one tile. One tile! And it's because they get all of the bonuses of a regular machine, plus this synthetic thing is insane. And then they're affected by happiness. And a regular leader and regular governor. It's kind of mad how powerful synthetics really seem to be. Remove the fortresses. Let's make this world as efficient as possible. Which I guess would just be a paradise dome. As much as the food is worthless, well, it's increasing happiness, which is the whole point. Wait, can I still build that one energy generator that makes everyone unhappy? This one here. The presence of any energy grid or energy nexus on the planet will disturb... Okay, so I can't have an energy nexus. This gives bonus 25%. This gives a bonus 10 to energy. But it also decreases happiness. At least the spiral version does. -5 happiness for an extra 15% energy. I don't know if that's worth it because I still want research. I still want minerals. That's going to hurt both. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. I could just go with the Paradise Dome, maximize happiness. But that's a lot of energy. We can always change it later. There's the thing. If energy really becomes an issue, we can always change the energy grids for the spirals. Our very first habitat is now complete. Wonderful. Okay, so let's colonize that from the core. Still not sure what I'm going to do with these habitats. They're either going to be research bays or just mineral and energy producers.
We have mastered a new technology.
So let's make a brand new one over there. In fact, over here, straight away as well. Fantastic. One more core sector allowed, which will be for that giant ring world we're about to grab.
Complete.
Yeah, let's just grab more naval capacity, thank you. One more is done as well, over here. Next to Susa Prime. That's how I choose to pronounce that, at least. So it turns out you really can't trust the sector AI if you're synthetics. On 2 of the planets, they had started building regular farms. We don't need food. They are building farms. So, what I've had to do is I've turned off the sector's ability to redevelop anything I place. So, if I place, for instance, the Loop Institute, it will never replace that with something else. That means I can still manually control how the planet works. It's just, once they're finished developing, I just need to quickly check up to make sure they're not being stupid. I don't mind the Paradise Dome, because that brings happiness, but again, they've built a farm, there is no reason for this. They simply can't use it. So there we go. Everything else is fine. Minerals. The visitor center is okay. Though, really just a power plant would be better. So I am going to go ahead and do that. And let's check on the final planet. How dumb are you being over here? Once again, you are building farms. And once again, I don't want them. So for this one, we'll build a power plant. Over here, we'll build the Loop Institute. Our very first habitat has been colonized. And so, let's build ourselves some synthetics. And let's see what we can have then. So, in terms of science, all we have is this, the laboratory complex, which you can't upgrade, which is a shame. In fact, you can't upgrade any of this. So, it is a bit of a question what I'm going to do here. I'm definitely going to have the Loop Institute, because that brings 5% happiness. And it also brings a lot of science with it. We could bring the Paradise Dome, once again for happiness. We could bring the Spiral Feed Power Hub and make them energy hubs. That's kind of amazing. Plus 25% energy, and the energy producers we have are plus 6. But I think for now, we're just going to make them pure research. Then, if we start lacking a particular resource, minerals, energy, what have you, the new habitats will then support that. I want them to be focused on one thing individually. The Human Republic was just founded. Well, that's just weird. The claims have been made, and now we go to war to conquer the robots.
On the foul Xenos.
Now here's the thing, this should be significantly easier than all the other fights, mostly because they only have one technical planet.
Xeno station engaged.
Technical planet? Technically, they only have one planet, that's weird to say. Only one system colonized, so all we need to do is just go ahead and make sure you're actually following, not leading, there we go. And take this. Then we win. And I've claimed everything. I believe in my super cheesy Corvette spam. God, I know it's so cheesy. Okay, lads. Go there. For some reason, once again, they're running away. I don't know why they keep doing this. The last Fallen Empire did it. This one did it. Perhaps it's some ancient tactic I'm just not smart enough to understand. Lovely. So, let's see. Are you weak enough to attack? Yes, you certainly are. Let's go straight for the Alpha Complex. And just wait around until they try and defend and then kill them. Done.
We have mastered a new technology.
Their main fleet was just destroyed. Again. And we've almost won. If we can grab this before they grab that, we win straight off. So, hello! And achieve war goals. They are gone now, right? Yes, they are. Okay, so then, what happens to these planets with these robots? They are being disassembled. Yep, we can't convert them, can we? I really, really doubt we can convert them, no. Since they're not organic to begin with. So we just need to make sure that we have some of our synthetics on the go before they are fully disassembled, otherwise we'll have to recolonize the planet. Which will just be really, really annoying. Another easy war. To end containment.
On the misbegotten Xenos.
The misbegotten Xenos. Okay, so hostile mode go, and just as soon as we're allowed, thank you. You can go this way. And the other one can go this way. So you just skip. I'm not really going to take any of their planets, I'm just going to take all their systems. I was a little bit worried we wouldn't have enough energy. Then I saw this, and suddenly I'm not so worried. So let's put down the spiral feed hub. And if I had space, I would also put down a loop institute, but honestly, we don't have space. That's going to be so much energy. This is going to be so many minerals. Yeah, it's a bit mad, really, isn't it? So, you can be the reassembled hub, you can be destroyed, and replaced with a loop institute, everything else gets fixed, and then we place down loads upon loads of our synthetics. And apparently, we can make the synthetics of the people we're now conquering, because they had already made synthetics. Huzzah for synthetics. Wow, I have missed something major. This academic privilege. I completely forgot that was a thing because I was thinking of these synthetics so much like robots. Plus 10% science. I can't believe I didn't notice that.
Construction complete.
The ruined ring sections are being fixed up, and I am very peacefully, well, mostly non-violently, forcing the inhabitants of all the planets I just grabbed, which is a lot of them, to migrate elsewhere. And I accidentally built one of these, very briefly, so I'm also disassembling them. It's mostly peaceful. Only a few of them might, perhaps, maybe be killed. Perhaps, maybe, perhaps. Maybe. On a side note, we have appeased the Infinity Machine. We now get plus 5% permanent research speed. It is all coming together as planned. We've tried to passively remove people from our planets, and honestly, it's just taking way too long. We still have the very first planet we've conquered, and it still has a population. So I'm afraid, I no longer care what people think about us. We're going to do something rather horrible to you. Extermination. So now on every planet with these fellows, we are now killing them, and it will take just over a year. And then all of these planets will vanish away, and these negative modifiers will simply go down. Now, of course, we are still building habitats, and the habitats are increasing these negative modifiers. But at least with these, I can fight back the modifiers by adding so much science per habitat. This one isn't even finished, and it looks like it's going to be almost 50, well, in fact, over 50 society, and probably about 40 of physics and engineering. Which is good enough. It doesn't quite make it so negative, and of course it all counts towards our Dominion victory. Now, the problem is, people are going to hate us for this. But I don't care. We are above them. We are perfection. At least that's the law of the Empire. One of the ring worlds have been finished. Fantastic, and this is in the Gamma Refuge. Let's go ahead and send one over from the others. Where are you, ring worlds? There we are. Now, do I fix up one of you next? No, what I really should have done to begin with is fix this one. So this one next, then we'll move on back over there. The ring worlds are going to be so, so powerful. The new ring world is ours. And of course, we're going to be turning it into pure, lovely science. War has begun. Now, one thing I could have been doing is converting these lovely fellows into tributaries instead. But honestly, we just don't need the money, so I don't really have any issues there. Okay, 3 of you go that way, 1 of you is going to grab this small section over here, and our ground forces just wait until we find a planet. Once again, this should be a fairly straightforward war. It's at moments like this I'm very happy we have the jump drives, because it turns out there's a small outpost of the other enemy down here, and they're randomly grabbing our systems. A bit slowly, but it is making the war last way too long, so I am now jumping some of my ships with 3 jumps to get here and then take all that back, which I think will be the end of the war. At the moment, we're slowly getting there.
System survey.
Wormhole stabilization in 3, 2, 1,
We have mastered a
and
new
let's get
technology.
ready to go. So, it turns out our lovely enemies we're currently fighting are hiding behind this wormhole. So, naturally, what we're going to do is we're going to send in our scientist. Explore the wormhole for me, please. Just making sure everything else was ready then. Lovely. Okay, so let's go through there and let's attack their final little bastion over here. Go. Actually, let's have stronger shields. Whoopsie-daisy, and now for your 2 final worlds. I think I've grabbed all your allies' worlds already. Yep. The best possible outcome. And so we have 1 more vassal. Glorious. And we are very, very, very close to victory. Okay, can everyone please return home? That would be fantastic.
We have
Having so much unity and having things like will to power, which is +5 influence per month, is so good. We are really just unstoppable at this point. Except maybe for the endgame crisis, which we're still waiting for. A little while later, and our lead just continues to extend. Our fleets are now very, very powerful and just sort of ready for the endgame crisis, and that's pretty much it. We're just waiting. Slowly expanding into more and more habitats. Honestly, we could win the game right now just by making a sector down here and grabbing all these worlds, but I like the idea of filling all of the systems we already have completely full of these lovely, lovely habitats. And we are victorious! Domination victory! Zoidborg Farms has won the game by owning 40% of all habitable planets. Yep, and that's pretty much that. So now we're just waiting around for the endgame crisis to occur, which I'm sure will happen at some point. And also, one of the other groups is actually getting quite powerful. I guess I could simply fight them while I'm waiting, but I want to reserve my fleet power. Though they aren't particularly strong, so we could just utterly devastate them. Although we would need at least 1 fleet down here, because
Construction complete.
they are sadly in a defensive pact. We found a psionic entity, and instantly silenced it. Well, that was easy. Okay, can a scientist please get over here and research this area? That would be lovely. And you, get back over there, ready to go to war. At the moment, we can't make them into our vassals because we're just waiting around until they themselves are at peace. Can you hurry up and just kill these guys? Then, suddenly, the Colossus. So it turns out, when I was taking over the Fallen Empires, somehow I got my hands on the ability to create Colossi. I did not know that was a thing, unless you went into the Ascension perks and got that. But apparently no. I am completely capable of now creating my own Colossi, with the World Cracker ability.
construction complete.
In other words, I'm going to start destroying entire planets. Oh, I bet you're looking forward to this war continuing. Imagine looking into the night sky, and you see something perhaps as big as your planet, just hovering there, motionless, glowing. It's going to take a little while to charge up, but I believe this will be the end of the war. We've already conquered this world, but, you know, it was the closest. And it's not like it's going to be the last if they don't instantly surrender. 90%, 95, and begin! I have signed the death warrant of an entire world. Exterminatus. Only the perfect may remain in this galaxy. And they better well learn it soon. Good. I'm glad they can now see it our way. It was definitely for the best. And can everyone please rally over here? Because, well, there's these fellows who need to be taught a lesson as well. I think I misquoted a second ago as well. I've never really said that since I'm normally chaos, not exactly loyalist. Oh, I just thought we're going to have a peace treaty with those silly people. Ah, well in that case, I guess we're going to go against these fellows, the tiny little empire over here. Well, it's more bullying than anything, but okay. Needs must. Can you just jump to there? In fact, no, just wait until the war starts and I'll just jump you in, honestly. There's so little threat from these fellows. So, we do have the option now to go to war in the way we normally have been, but we also have the option, I don't know how this works, for this. Total war. Colossus. I'm assuming that just means I get to take anything I capture, so I think I'm going to just eradicate them.
We have declared war on the contemptible Xenos.
So you, jump there. You, move there and get ready to jump. And we're just going to destroy all 3 of their planets. Do they have anywhere else? Don't think so. We have become fanatic purifiers. It's been a weird old journey. %, 90%, and goodbye. Just move on over to their last planet. Don't really care about the space, honestly, just another empire which shouldn't be here. One more unknown variable that needs to be destroyed, that we may advance. Nothing personal, like. And so they are ended. Okay, good job, lads. Move on. I guess I could just get ready to fight these. Yeah, that would be nice. Then we contain a good half of the galaxy. The majority of their planets are down there, so you two should get over here. 4 more years until I can wipe these from the face of the galaxy, and whilst I'm doing so, I am now reinforcing a proper fleet with battleships and cruisers and everything else, which honestly will be more powerful than the Corvette fleets, because I feel way too cheesy only using Corvettes. I know it's too late to be saying that, considering that's just how we've been playing the game so far, but they've been so good as just fast responders. And I did go with a theme, just anti-shields, as in nothing even affects shields, so missiles and disruptors. We could definitely have made stronger Corvettes, but that seemed fun. I just feel a bit cheaty. And go. Okay, finally the truce is over. Let's go, go, go.
We have declared war on the vile Xenos.
We have declared war on the vile Xenos. Okay, let's go straight for that planet. Lovely. Now, over here are you two. Go, go, go once again. And soon enough, everything here will be ours. Well, here it is, the endgame crisis, and it's a really bad one for our empire. It is the ghost signal. which will eventually be the giant robot enemy, whose name I can't remember right now, but I'm sure I will very soon see. And, well, it's messing with our synths, which is really bad, because if you weren't aware, my entire population is synths. This isn't good. It really isn't. So I need to end this war as soon as possible, which, honestly, look, we have pretty much ended them. We're just going from planet to planet now, destroying them. Which is very satisfying, I have to say. Next step, synthetic disappearances. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't take too much more of a toll on our populations, because that's going to be really annoying. I'm also hoping that the enemy are very good with their shields, but bad with everything else. Otherwise, I will have to change our theme, which is kind of sad, really. Colossus, I want you to go over here. Make this your new home. The summons. Now synthetics are simply vanishing and going towards a destination. Yep, we are definitely losing our populations. Stop it, guys. We are perfection, not them. Also, seems like all the other groups are banding together. Yep, there's a federation. And protectorates, that's what I was trying to say there. So yeah, lots of stuff going on right now. Here they are. Soon then, they will actually spawn into the galaxy. Oh no. Darn it. Okay, that's actually a massive negative. So we have this on pretty much all of our ships. So now I need to retrofit them so they don't have that anymore. Wow, this is really affecting our group, isn't it? Yep, so it's automatically changed. Good, good, good. Just to save it to make sure I can instantly change them over. Just hoping we get no more punishments. So you, and you. Okay. When you get home,
We have mastered a new technology.
everyone upgrade. Oh, actually that does change automatically? No. Why not? What happened there? Why can I not upgrade them anymore? What just happened? It's still saying you have the sapient. We don't want that anymore. So why is that the case? Is it because of the auto-upgrade? It could be. It could be because of the auto-upgrade, because technically the sapient is stronger. So maybe it's saying, oh, why would you ever use the other one? This one is clearly superior, and then automatically swapping back over. There we go. A machine world has spawned in. So this is the first of their groups. So what are you good at then? You are pretty balanced. Weak hull. So yeah, I think disruptors were the correct call then. So just keep what we already have, I suppose. So this is it. These lovely fellas. The contingency, of course that's what they're called. Your programming has obviously been corrupted. Ha ha ha! Very clever. Oh, that's a shame. Who created you, all the usual stuff we've seen before. We've seen this in the previous playthrough, so I won't go over all that much. If you want to read it, it was there for a second. Feel free to pause. I still want this to be less than 2 hours, or at least close to 2 hours. There they are. Okay, thankfully that's next to a wormhole, which is very, very easy for us to get to. So, can everyone please get home, upgrade, and then we're going to run back. In fact, just upgrade wherever's closest, maybe. No, I'd much rather you all be together. So, all go to Slime Star as originally intended. Then once you're upgraded, I'll send you off to war. Okay. Second machine world. Over here. a little bit more difficult to get to. That'll be probably the last one I try to help.
Ships have been upgraded.
There and there's a good chance then one will be here, one will be here if there's 4. I can't quite remember how many there are. Third machine world. Okay, they're both right next to each other and all next to the wormhole. That's great for us. We can go after both of these at the same time.
Our ships have been upgraded.
The 4th is over here in our enemy's lair, so that one we can't help out at all until the end. On a lighter note, I have now fixed all of the ring worlds, and the last one is now being inhabited. Which is pretty darn amazing, honestly. To avoid the synthetics from simply infiltrating us, we now have this. This project may be critical to our survival. The synth detection
Situation
method.
log updated.
Which is pretty funny considering we're all synths. But the game doesn't seem to realise that, but that's fine. Okay, now you lot, as soon as you can jump, you're going to. Jump there, then get ready to fight. So jump and then wait for the cooldown. And there we go. Jump drives are off cooldown, which means we are back to full power. Let's go. Everyone on hostile? Aggressive, rather? Yes, you are. Excellent. Go play. Now, to fully counter these, the contingency, what we should do is get heavy shielding. Because these guys are terrible versus shields. Man, they really pepper us on the way in. More long-range weapons would probably also be very good. Armor's gone, hull's gone. Yep, their hull is so low. The disruptors are fantastic here. Just go straight for the capital. Let's go straight for that homeworld. Well, our forces split quite badly there, and that's my own fault. This is going to really hurt. It would have been far better if we were all together, but hey-ho. So much lag. There we are, the fleet was destroyed at some nasty casualties for us. Now bombard the planet, because that's how you kill it. You just keep on shelling it. Sadly, I don't believe the Colossus works here. This is going to take a while. We are the swarm. That's a nice amount of unity. After much experimentation, our scientists have managed to devise an effective detection method for identifying synthetic infiltrators, disguised as Meta-Ultra Unity snails. I love our name. Scanners are being distributed to our security forces, and several synth cells have already been exposed and destroyed. This will hopefully put an end to their infiltration campaign. Once again, we're all synths, so we're basically being synths, who are also the Brotherhood of Steel. I can't see that going wrong in any way. It's going to be fine. How goes the bombardment? Slowly. You know what? Probably don't need all of these guys. In case they do get stronger over time, because I cannot remember, you guys can start moving off and going towards the next world. Wasn't there 2, like one here, one there? Is this another? Okay, yep, here's one of the hubs. Lovely. So you go towards that. You just stay back and bombard. Come on, get out of there already. Move it. Oh, this poor planet. Custodian bots. Of course. Okay, go, go, go! Hopefully we can draw this away from that. Oh, no, no, no! Wait, no? Did something spawn in? I don't know. What happened? Yes? No? Maybe? Mayhap? Lasers? For the glory of green! Oh, lasers come from this side? What's that? Oh, just the hub. That's fine. Well done, scientist. And down you go. Okay, things are going well. Lost a lot of everything which isn't a Corvette. Got to be honest. How goes the bombardment? Really close. Good. So we'll leave one behind again, and we'll start heading towards this one. We're doing very well. So whilst that's going on, I'll just keep on converting our planets. As you do. The first machine world has been destroyed. Fantastic. And has left behind some living metal. So you go ahead and catch up with the first group, which is going over here, I believe. Yes. And there goes number 4. Okay, you attack there. The rest of you over here. Okay, so most of you go over here, perhaps a bit closer. No, over there's a good place, nice and safe, far away. Ooh, that's a really weird way for you to go. Okay, so slight change of plan. The weakest stays behind, as previously expected. Now all of you, go ahead and jump, since you should be well on your way to have cooled down by the time you get there. And then go over to here. Well, that's bad. Apparently there's been an uprising in our neighbours, well, our vassals' area. And now, there's this fellow. Hello. So it turns out that you on the side of the evil AI, and you have really, really high fleet power. That's just one of their fleets. They have many. So I think currently just continue to do what our main goal is and knock out the contingency. But this is going to be a nightmare to deal with because they are everywhere. What are you? Very similar to your friends. You are not particularly good versus shields. But, yeah, and actually quite a few points into shields rather than armor. So, just continue as we are. I am already making 2 new fleets. One over here and one over here. So, we should have enough to fight both sides. That's interesting. You don't have enough money to support your firepower, do you, lad? So you... 5.6k force for 139 of these corvettes. Over here, it's a strength 23.
Construction.
You did well. You took over your old oppressors quite well, but that's as far as you're really going to get now, isn't it, lads? You got given this huge amount of firepower, but you had no economy. It's back at home. That's not too strong. That is not too strong at all. Once the second fleet is complete, they should be able to turn them into meat. Now, you two, move over to there. Just do a quick jump, and then start getting back to base as well. Their end approaches.
Construction complete.
Can you guys just have status quo? I actually quite like the idea of you uprising, and you apparently really like us, because even at war, only -20. We are both synthetics, I understand. We can be besties. You had an uprising because these dum-dums were being mean to you. We like you. So glad I've got Defender of the Galaxy. Also, this lag. This happened last time I fought these guys. Now, admittedly, lots of corvettes, it does cause lag. But even so, it's these battles which are causing it the worst. Oh, you appear to be throwing out... Where are you? Yep, you definitely have seeker drones. Cool. That's a lot of weapons. Thankfully, we do have flak in our group, so we have flak on our destroyers. So that should, hopefully, be enough to deal with those. Also flak on our battleships. Whoa, Doom Laser. Thankfully, you are made mostly of hull. Missiles do bonus damage versus hull. Have fun. Yep, already the hull is melting down. The arm has been removed almost instantly.
Building ruined.
Submit. Also submit the little station over there as well. There we are. All defenses are down, you can go over there, and at the same time, I'm sending one fleet over here to deal with these. They can't really expand anymore, so we just need to give them a little bit of war exhaustion, then settle status quo. Maybe I'll make them my next tributary. I don't know. Maybe they'll be our only true ally. They seem to like us, except for the whole war thing. We'll be besties.
Building ruined.
And... ta-da! The end of the contingency. This is a great day for the galaxy. Done.
Construction complete.
So, the war is over, and the contingency simply vanished. They did do a little bit of damage, sadly, to one of our ring worlds, but they didn't take it over or anything like that. It just means I need to repair some of the buildings. Now you can just teleport straight in. How strong are their stations? Are they being affected as well? No, looks like a regular station to me. Still quite low down, though, in terms of... yeah, they are so much weaker than they were. It looks like they just sold most of their stuff. Makes sense. And now everyone closes their border to me. Now I've saved them. Honestly, I still don't really blame them, but still. It's a little bit offensive. I think once I've dealt with this group, this uprising, I will call this a successful playthrough. Not really much else to say. How else should we end this war other than this? The glory that is the Colossus. So, with all this going on in the background, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, and it's going to be a very long video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff, helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. This was a really, really weird video for me to make. It's been recorded over the last 6 days without internet, and most likely it's going to take absolutely ages to edit down to anything which is even remotely looking like a normal video. So I really hope you've enjoyed, and really hope you've enjoyed the change of pace with Stellaris. There we are. And with that, settle status quo. And... good. Now they hate us. Cracked our world. Well, in that case, we're just going to have to absolutely destroy them. It's their own fault for caring about stuff like that. But yeah, clearly, we have been successful. We have taken over everything. It's a different playstyle for me with this particular empire, and I found it a lot of fun with some really weird turns. Thank you so much for watching, and really, likes and comments would be great on such a long video, because the view time is going to be terrible, because people won't watch all the way through, and it's going to kill the channel, but I just really wanted to do this. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. And just remember, why not Zoidborg?